There are moments when you quietly wonder whether the life you are living is truly leading somewhere meaningful. The days sometimes seem repetitive. You wake up, fulfill your responsibilities, solve problems, pray, hope, and continue moving forward. It can feel as though nothing remarkable is happening, but never mistake ordinary days for unimportant days. The greatest stories are not built through a handful of extraordinary moments. They are built through thousands of faithful decisions that no one else ever sees. Every morning you choose hope instead of fear, something changes. Every time you choose forgiveness instead of resentment, something changes. Every time you refuse to let anxiety control your thoughts, something changes. Every prayer whispered before anyone else awakens changes something. Even when you cannot measure those changes, they are shaping your heart into the person I created you to become. Do not underestimate the value of consistency. A river does not carve through stone because of one powerful wave. It continues flowing, day after day, year after year, patiently, faithfully. Eventually, even the hardest rock begins to change. That is how my grace works inside your life. Not always through dramatic moments, often through quiet faithfulness. There are prayers you prayed months ago that are still moving according to my perfect timing. There are answers already on their way, even though your eyes cannot yet recognize them. There are conversations I am arranging. There are opportunities I am preparing. There are people whose paths will cross yours exactly when the time is right. Nothing is random. Nothing is accidental. Nothing has escaped my attention. Even when life appears ordinary, my purpose continues unfolding beneath the surface. Many people become discouraged because they expect visible progress every day. But the deepest growth is usually invisible. Roots grow before branches. Character grows before influence. Wisdom grows before responsibility. Peace grows before lasting joy. Do not become impatient with invisible seasons. Invisible does not mean inactive. Hidden does not mean forgotten. Silence does not mean abandonment. Everything beautiful begins before anyone notices it. Think about sunrise. Darkness never disappears instantly. Little by little light begins filling the horizon. Eventually, the entire sky changes. That is how I often transform lives. Not all at once. One lesson, one prayer, one act of obedience, one surrendered fear, one faithful day after another, until suddenly you look back and realize you have become someone completely different. Sometimes you ask why I do not reveal the entire future. Because if you saw every detail, you would begin trusting your own understanding instead of trusting me. I never intended knowledge to replace relationship. I desire that you walk with me, speak with me, depend upon me. Allow every new day to become another opportunity for trust. The world tells people they must control everything. I invite my children to surrender everything. There is peace in surrender. There is freedom in releasing burdens you were never designed to carry. You cannot control every outcome. You cannot change every person. You cannot predict every tomorrow. But you can trust the one who already knows them all. That is enough. Do not carry tomorrow before it arrives. There is grace waiting for tomorrow, but today's grace was designed for today. Receive it, live inside it, rest within it. When tomorrow comes, fresh mercy will already be waiting. This is how I have always cared for my children. Daily bread, daily strength, daily wisdom, daily peace. Never all at once. Always exactly what was needed. Look carefully at your own life. How many times did you receive strength exactly when you believed you had reached your limit? How many times did unexpected peace arrive during moments that should have overwhelmed you? How many times did hope quietly return after disappointment? Those moments were not coincidences. They were reminders that my presence has never left you. There are people who spend years searching for purpose somewhere far away, while ignoring the opportunities already standing before them. Purpose begins wherever love is practiced. Purpose begins wherever truth is spoken. Purpose begins wherever forgiveness is chosen. Purpose begins wherever compassion replaces judgment. Never believe that your purpose only begins after some future achievement. Your purpose begins today, right where you are, with the people already around you. One encouraging conversation may change someone's life forever. One patient response may stop an argument before it begins. One act of generosity may become the answer to another person's prayer. Never underestimate what simple obedience can accomplish. The world celebrates impressive accomplishments. Heaven celebrates faithful hearts. Many people know how to begin. Few know how to remain faithful. Remain faithful. Continue praying even when answers seem delayed. Continue loving even when kindness is not returned. Continue giving thanks even while waiting. Continue speaking hope even when others choose fear. Continue trusting my promises above your emotions. Your emotions will change. My truth never changes. Build your life upon what remains forever, not upon temporary feelings, not upon changing circumstances, not upon human approval. Build it upon my character. I have never broken a promise. I have never abandoned one of my children. I have never forgot a single prayer. There is another truth your heart needs to remember. You are not responsible for producing every result. You are responsible for remaining faithful. A farmer plants, waters, waits. The harvest comes according to seasons beyond his control. Your responsibility is faithfulness. Leave the harvest in my hands. Leave the timing in my hands. Leave the outcome in my hands. Peace grows when control is surrendered. The enemy constantly tries to convince you that nothing is changing. Do not believe him. Every day your faith is becoming stronger. Your wisdom is becoming deeper. Your compassion is becoming greater. Your dependence upon me is becoming more complete. Those are eternal victories. Nothing can take them away. One day you will stand far beyond this present season and finally understand why certain prayers required waiting, why some dreams changed, why some doors closed, why certain people left your life. You will recognize my wisdom woven through every chapter, even the painful ones. especially the painful ones, because many of the greatest blessings I prepared for you first required lessons that comfort alone could never teach. Until that day arrives, continue walking. Walk with quiet confidence. Walk with humble expectation. Walk believing that goodness still lies ahead. Every step taken with faith is bringing you closer to blessings you cannot yet imagine. Every prayer continues drawing your heart closer to mine. Every act of trust becomes another reminder that you were never created to walk this journey alone. So lift your eyes once again. Breathe deeply. Release every burden. Receive my peace. Take the next faithful step. Then another's. Then another's. I will meet you at every step just as I always have. My love has never failed you. My grace has never abandoned you. My wisdom has never led anyone astray. Continue following my voice. The story is still unfolding. The most beautiful chapters have not yet been written. Trust me. Keep walking. Everything is moving according to a purpose far greater than you can presently see. And one day, every piece will come together in a way that fills your heart with gratitude, peace, and unshakable joy. There is a peace that the world cannot give because the world did not create it. People search for peace in success, possessions, comfort, and recognition, believing that one more achievement will finally quiet the restlessness within their hearts. Yet even after reaching the goals they once dreamed about, many still discover the same emptiness waiting for them. Why? Because the human heart was never created to be satisfied by temporary things. It was created to remain close to me. The closer you walk with me, the less power fear has over your thoughts. The closer you remain in my presence, the quieter anxiety becomes. The closer your heart comes to mine, the easier it becomes to recognize that you have never been walking alone. There are moments when you become overwhelmed because you try to carry questions that do not yet need answers. You ask about next month, next year, the next chapter, the next opportunity, but I continue bringing your attention back to this moment. There is grace for today. There is wisdom for today. There is strength for today. There is peace for today. Receive today's gift before worrying about tomorrow's. Tomorrow has its own mercy waiting. Today has enough grace for this step. Remember how often I have already guided your life. There were decisions that seemed impossible, yet clarity eventually came. There were doors that appeared permanently closed, yet another path unexpectedly opened. There were moments when you believed everything had fallen apart. Later you realized I had been putting something better together. Do not allow temporary confusion to make you doubt eternal truth. I have always been faithful. I remain faithful now. I will remain faithful tomorrow. That will never change. There are people who think faith means never experiencing fear. That is not true. Faith often means choosing to trust, even while fear continues whispering. Courage is not the absence of uncertainty. Courage is continuing to walk while placing your confidence in me instead of your emotions. Some of your bravest moments may never be recognized by anyone else. The decision to keep praying after disappointment. The decision to keep loving after betrayal. The decision to keep hoping after delay. The decision to forgive when revenge seems easier. These victories shape eternity. Heaven celebrates what the world rarely notices. Do not become discouraged because your faithfulness appears ordinary. The greatest rivers begin with small streams. The tallest forests begin with tiny seeds. The strongest testimonies begin with one person choosing not to give up. Everything great begins somewhere small. That includes the work I am doing inside you. You have prayed for a stronger faith. Every day I give you opportunities to trust me. You have prayed for greater wisdom. Every experience has been teaching you. You have prayed for peace. Every challenge has become another invitation to place your confidence in me. Sometimes the answer to your prayer arrives in a different form than you expected. Do not reject the lesson simply because it arrived wearing different clothes. I know exactly what your heart needs. Trust my wisdom. It has always seen farther than human understanding. There are moments when loneliness quietly enters your thoughts. You wonder whether anyone truly understands what you are carrying. Remember this. I understand completely. I know the prayers you have never spoken aloud. I know the tears no one else has seen. I know the disappointments you hide behind a smile. I know the dreams you are afraid to mention because you fear they may never happen. Nothing about your heart is hidden from me. That is why you never need to pretend in my presence. Come honestly. Come with your questions. Come with your hopes. Come with your weakness. Come exactly as you are. Grace has always welcomed honest hearts. Do not fear the future simply because it remains unseen. You have walked through unseen days before. Every yesterday was once an unknown tomorrow. Yet my faithfulness carried you through every one of them. The future will be no different. There are blessings already waiting beyond horizons you cannot yet see. There are prayers closer to fulfillment than you realize. There are conversations that will encourage you. Doors that will surprise you. Lessons that will strengthen you. Friendships that will refresh your spirit. Do not allow today's uncertainty to steal tomorrow's hope. Continue expecting goodness, not because life will always be easy, but because my goodness continues working through every season. Even difficult seasons become beautiful when surrendered into my hands. I know how to redeem every disappointment. I know how to transform every failure into wisdom. I know how to turn waiting into preparation. I know how to bring beauty from places that once seemed broken. That is what I have always done, and I am still doing it today. Walk through this day with quiet confidence, not because every answer has arrived, but because my presence goes before you. Walk with humility, knowing every blessing is grace. Walk with gratitude, knowing every breath is a gift. Walk with hope, knowing your story is still unfolding. Walk with peace, knowing nothing ahead has the power to separate you from my love. The path may still hold unexpected turns, but every step remains safely within my care. Continue trusting. Continue believing. Continue placing one faithful foot in front of the other. One day you will look back across this season and smile, realizing that even while you wondered whether anything was changing, I was quietly preparing blessings beyond your imagination, strengthening your heart beyond your understanding, and leading you with a love that never failed for a single moment. That is how I have always led my children. Patiently, faithfully, lovingly. And I will continue leading you every step of the way until every purpose I placed within your life has reached its beautiful fulfillment. Never believe that your value is determined by the season you are currently walking through. A tree standing in winter has not become less alive simply because no leaves are visible. Life is still flowing beneath the surface. The roots continue holding firmly to the ground. The branches continue preparing for spring even while everything appears quiet. In the same way, there are seasons in your own life when growth becomes difficult to recognize. Do not mistake quiet seasons for empty ones. Some of the deepest work I accomplish happens where human eyes cannot see. Many people become discouraged because they expect every day to feel inspiring. Some days will feel ordinary. Some days will feel difficult. Some days will feel filled with joy. Others will require endurance. Every one of those days has purpose. Faith is not built only during moments of celebration. Faith grows strongest when you continue trusting even while nothing seems to change. Anyone can praise when every prayer has already been answered. Faith learns to worship while still waiting. Anyone can smile after the breakthrough. Faith learns to smile while expecting the breakthrough. This is the kind of heart I continue shaping within you. A heart that is not controlled by changing circumstances. A heart anchored in truth. A heart that remembers my faithfulness more than temporary difficulties. Do not underestimate the importance of remembering. Memory protects hope. When discouragement begins speaking, remember every time I carried you before. Remember the moments when you believed there was no way forward. Remember the prayers that once seemed impossible. Remember the strength that appeared exactly when you thought you had none left. Those memories are not simply part of your past. They are reminders for your future. They remind you that the God who remained faithful yesterday has not changed today. Sometimes your greatest victory is simply refusing to give up. The enemy often cannot stop my purpose for your life. Instead, he tries to convince you to stop walking before you reach it. He whispers that nothing is changing, that waiting has become pointless, that your prayers no longer matter. Do not listen. Those whispers have discouraged countless people throughout history. But my truth remains greater than every lie. As long as you continue trusting, hope remains alive. As long as you continue walking, purpose continues unfolding. As long as you continue praying, your heart continues drawing closer to mine. Nothing done with faith is ever wasted. Many people think success is measured by visible accomplishments. Heaven measures success differently. Success is remaining faithful when no one notices. Success is choosing honesty when compromise would be easier. Success is choosing forgiveness while anger feels justified. Success is continuing to love after disappointment. Success is continuing to believe after delay. These victories may never appear in headlines, yet heaven celebrates every one of them. Never think your quiet obedience goes unseen. Every hidden act of kindness, every private prayer, every unseen sacrifice, every moment you choose humility, every decision to trust, I see them all. Nothing escapes my attention. Nothing is forgotten. There are people who will one day thank me because you remained faithful today. You may never realize how many lives are influenced by your example. A child learns by watching. A friend gains courage by observing another person's faith. A stranger discovers hope through one unexpected act of kindness. The smallest moments often carry eternal consequences. Do not overlook them. The world constantly tells you to become more successful, more recognized, more admired. But my invitation has always been much simpler. Become more loving, become more peaceful, become more faithful, become more compassionate. These treasures cannot be taken away. Markets rise and fall. Fame comes and goes. Possessions wear out. But love remains. Truth remains. Faith remains. Invest your heart in what lasts forever. There will be moments when you feel weak. Do not fear weakness. Weakness often reminds you where true strength is found. When you finally stop depending only upon yourself, you begin discovering how completely my grace can sustain you. Many of my strongest servants first learned they could not walk without me. That lesson became one of their greatest blessings. Allow your weakness to draw you closer instead of pushing you away. Come honestly. Come humbly. Come exactly as you are. You never need to pretend before me. I already know every fear, every question, every hidden burden, every dream you have almost stopped believing. To bring them all. Nothing is too small. Nothing is too broken. Nothing is beyond redemption. The future ahead of you has already been touched by my hands. Before you arrive at tomorrow, my grace will already be waiting. Before you face your next challenge, my strength will already be sufficient. Before the next opportunity appears, my wisdom will already be prepared. You never walk into any season alone. That has always been true. It will always remain true. So breathe deeply. Release what you cannot control. Lay every burden into my hands once again. Allow peace to replace striving. Allow gratitude to replace fear. Allow hope to become stronger than doubt. Continue walking one faithful step at a time. Do not rush. Do not compare. Do not become discouraged. Simply remain close to me. One day you will look back over this season and discover that while you believed you were only surviving, I was quietly transforming you. While you thought you were waiting, I was preparing you. While you wondered whether anything was changing, I was building a foundation that would support blessings far greater than you imagined. That is my way. Patient, faithful, perfect. So keep trusting, keep praying, keep believing. The journey ahead is filled with purpose, and every step taken with me is carrying you toward a future overflowing with peace, wisdom, joy, and the unmistakable evidence of my unfailing love.